I made the song with 7 drops. Today we're gonna go through this one. In the previous video we went through this one, which ends up right here.
A little switch up doesn't hurt.
What I'm trying to talk about a lot in this series is to go with your gut. And what I mean by that is, so I basically started out just by listening to the last chord thing. Dun, dun, dun. In the beginning, I only had this. And then, to me, it just felt natural to do a crazy switch up, which goes down in tempo. It's also going down in tempo in the pre-drop vocal, which I thought was really cool. Usually, when I do tempo switches, if I go to like 128 down to 110, then I go down all the way to the last bar, and then I hold it at 110 on the last bar. But on this one, we have the pre-drop, and the tempo is still going down, which gets a really cool effect. It sounds like this.
A little switch up doesn't hurt.
I did some other takes for the vocal as well.
A little switch up doesn't hurt. A little switch up doesn't hurt.
And this just has OTT and a low kit on it. You also got a scratch sound, which is really cool. There's a hi-hat, which also goes down in tempo, obviously. Let's start off with the drums. So there's a kick, a snare, layered with another snare, hi-hat, and mouth clicks. And the mouth clicks, I got the idea from actually Mo himself when he submitted a hip-hop song in one of my sample flips. It was so cool. So I decided to try it out for myself. And then we got the pluck sound. It has a Valhalla delay, which is being automated, and it also has a pitch bend, which goes down. Without any processing, the pluck sounds like this. The processing on the pluck here is a Valhalla room with a very short decay, and not that much on the mix, probably like 10%, 15%. And then we got the chords, together with the bass, which sounds like this. And this is the same chords used in all the other drops, only it has an automation on the cutoff, which looks like this. And there's a variation for all of the different hits. And so the thought process about this one was pretty much that I wanted a big switch up. So the drop before this one has a lot of chords, it has a lot of plucks, a lot of reverb, a lot going on. The switch up, on the other hand, is very simplistic. There is hardly any reverb, it's very plucky, and it's not as chaotic as the previous drop. And then we got some funny chants. These originally sounds like this.
Okay.
The processing is just reverb. I tried to just drown the chants because I wanted them to be just in the background and not take up too much attention. There was also this chant, which kind of gives the vibe of the hip hop track. Yeah. One thing to mention about the plucks is nothing is really on grid. I tried to put everything by ear how I wanted it to go. And I wanted it to be super odd rhythm-wise. On the second part here, we got some extra notes, which is just 1 octave down. So it sounds like this. So for the second part of this drop, we got some ambience. And we also got a chord. And this chord is really simple to recreate. So the chord is basically just following the pluck. And if you want to make the chord yourself, you can just copy the settings. It's really simple. And we're also introduced to a new chant on this part. I hope you liked this video. If you want to check out how I made this drop, click right here.